So, guys, the gentleman on your left is Charlie Kirk, and the gentleman on your right is Lady Gaga. Lady Maga. I'm using them as I'm using this photo in particular as a backdrop for a conversation that I want to have over what I've seen over the past week or so, like past couple of weeks, where the red team is having just as many beefs within their own ranks as the blue team. And I'm just sitting back here laughing at it all. So if you haven't known, Charlie Kirk, who, like I said, is the gentleman on the left, he runs Turning Point USA, which has platformed the likes of Ashley St. Clair and Candace Owens. I even did a video back when her and Turning Point USA parted ways. And, they present themselves as conservatives and, and looking to push conservative talking points, right? Well, there's quite a few people who take issue with their tactics and how they're trying to broaden what a conservative or a Republican or a red teamer or a traditionalist, all these different things that were once, safely on a certain side, how they're now looking to expand into places that that they're trying to be more progressive, which is in many ways antithetical to what conservatism is, right? I mean, conservatism and that's traditionalist. Like it's really oil and water, right? Because they're not supposed to mix. They're two completely separate things. And they've been in Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA have been getting called out on this quite a bit. And, instead of standing tall about it and being like, hey, look, this is what we're doing. No. He's been pushing a bit from what it seems. It seems he's been pushing a bit of an anti-Semitic angle, not him being anti-Semitic, but just like there's this gentleman by the name of Nick Fuentes that was pressing Charlie on, several things. And he turns around and is like, oh, well, you asked this question, so you're an anti-Semite, and I'm not going to be speaking to it. And like just shutting the conversation down. And one of the sentiments of the right side for the past couple of years has been free speech, and how online it seems as if the red team gets censored. And the red team's been getting censored rather hard online. And that leads us into our next conflict that's been taking place. And that is the video Vincent St. James, who of the Red Elephants did on Hunter Avalon. When Hunter Avalon, who I did a video about, came out and said how there is no conservative censorship, even though his own channel had been struck down, which is just weird. But hey, it is what it is. This is not my beef, right? I'm really kind of just making this video to point out the dangers of ideology, the dangers of having a belief struck. Like, I'm not saying not to believe in things. I'm saying just don't take it that seriously, because ideology leads to zealotry, which leads to gatekeeping, which leads to all of those conflicts that I spoke of. And then you have Lucas and Anthony Bryan, Amazing Lucas, who I've done videos on, and Anthony Bryan Logan, who some of you guys know, doing, having a back and forth where Lucas is like, yeah, I'm here to defend Christianity. And this is not Christian. This isn't Christian at all. Once again, ideology that can easily lend itself to zealotry and gatekeeping. So he's like, nah, pimpin', you got to separate these things. And you know what? I think he's right. But when it comes to that separation, I believe that separation, those lines do need to be drawn. And you got a whole lot of people trying to call it outside the lines right now. When it comes to Trump's not a conservative. He's not. He about as liberal as they come. He's God. He's money God. That's his thing. He on money. He's not particularly about this what's happening at a social level or at a cultural level because he got the type of money to whereas he can ignore it. So Trump is not concerned about those types of things. But because Trump won and Trump wears that Republican where it has that R behind his name, you got just a whole bunch of, bandwagoners to an extent. It's no different than the Bulls in the 90s when, or the Golden State Warriors. Like, how many people really rocking with the Golden State Warriors this year? After, like, what is that, 5 years of everybody, oh yeah, Golden State Warriors, seeing everybody running around with Golden State Warrior hats. Yeah, we think they're gonna be this year. They're probably in LA. Why? Because people like winners. People like that. It's like winning is attractive. It's a very attractive thing, and there's a lot of people who once you win, glom on, and that's what's happened with Trump. But ultimately, he's not a conservative. He's not particularly a traditionalist as well. That's not his thing. And like I said, he's too rich to care about this. But while the iron is hot, there's a lot of people who consider themselves conservative or call their organizations conservative that, okay, well, we can expand and we can get money and stuff like that, and we got to be progressive and go into all these other places. But that's the thing. When you're talking about conservatism, you're talking about, traditionalism in a lot of ways. And unfortunately, Lady MAGA right there is antithetical to a traditionalism. Right? Because that ain't traditional at all. That's not. It's like really how I can really empathize with the red team because I'm like, bruh, nah, fam, nah, nah, bruh. We need to definitely have a line for the real world. And in the blue team on the blue side, right? They're just completely in upheaval and going nuts. So to see the red side being just as, perplexed and doing basically things that are antithetical to what their traditional positions have been, it's pretty interesting to watch. And I've been enjoying it for the most part. I mean, end of the day, none of this affects anything that I have going on. All it does is affect the kind of content that I'm privy to because, hey, everybody's beefing right now. But ultimately, yeah, this is just, those who want to gatekeep and hold up their ideology and maintain their ideology. It's just everybody like going at it, and I'm interested to see who comes out on top. It looks like Nick Fuentes took the battle between him and Charlie Kirk. I haven't I haven't seen the fallout from the Vincent James or the ABL versus Amazing Lucas type stuff because I don't think that much can come of it. But at the same time, I thought this was just an interesting conversation to be had because when it comes to conservatism and when it comes to liberalism, these are just words. And unfortunately, the American educational system is so jacked up that they basically have no meanings anymore. Really, if you like, you got so many people who come up in this educational system where, oh well, you know what I meant, right? Like, you know what I mean, and we can replace words and we can switch out words and play this game where what used to mean something 10 years ago doesn't mean that same thing now. Well, what do you expect to happen? You'll have people talking about, oh yeah, traditionalism and drag queens can go together. No. Traditionalism, there's a reason for traditionalism, and it's because it is a building block. It's a building block for families. It is a building block for, human beings as well, give you a good foundation. Like it with me in religion, right? I'm not religious. I don't believe, I don't proclaim myself a Christian or anything else like that. I simply believe God's real, Jesus died, and I should try to be as friendly as possible to possibly be able to get my way into heaven when I'm see St. Peter. That's it. That's it beyond that. When it comes to demanding of others and telling people how they're living, I prefer not to have any kind of say on that because it's not my life, it's yours. If you want to go and jump off the window, if you want to become Icarus, not is that Icarus? Yeah, Icarus, who flew way too close to the sun. Knock yourself out. I'll be in the stands cheering you on there, buddy, and I will be laughing as you come down tumbling. Trust and believe. I'm a fan of the spectacle. But anyways, guys, yeah, I just wanted to talk about the conservative kerfuffle that I've seen take place last week and into this week. And, just give a couple of thoughts on it. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff, if you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here. And speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? I'm sorry. Okay, real quickly. Do you see this kind of posture? Hold on. Like, you see, like, his posture here? He's like, don't you effing touch me. Like, and the way Charlie Kirk is standing right here, like, ew. His smile is just like, I'm not very comfortable. No, not really. And how could you be? I mean, no offense to Lady Maga here, but my guy, you're still a guy. This is so strange. But hey, guys, if you see something or anything else, please let me know what you think in the comments, all right? And until the next one.